Have you been struggling to get organic traffic to your website? Well, if you have, today we're going to talk about a way that you can boost the traffic to your website in only 30 days. So stick around, let's talk about that. Hello YouTube, and a very special hello to all my subscribers. My name's Phil and welcome to my channel. This is where I document my journey building an online income. If that's something that you're trying to do as well, why not subscribe? Because all these videos will be very helpful to you. So I've got a lot of things I want to talk about today, guys, but the first thing I want to talk about really is what's happening next month. So if you're a Project 24 member already, you probably know what the Content Warrior Challenge is. This is where we try and build a lot of content onto our sites, which in turn builds a lot of organic traffic. Now, if you're not in Project 24, do stick around because I've got a special thing for you guys and it will allow you to do exactly the same thing as what we're doing in Project 24. The other thing I also want to talk about later in the video is how you can make sure that you're writing the right types of posts. And I'm going to need your help to do that for my next video. So also watch out for that. But the main inspiration for today was a conversation I had with my friend Michael, who's actually my colleague from the IELTS Grind, which is the other YouTube channel that I'm working on at the moment. So we're building up this business together. Now, he also likes to watch these videos. So hi, Mike. How you doing? But the best thing about Michael is he gives me feedback. He doesn't hold back. When he thinks something's a little bit iffy, he tells me, which I really appreciate. So in a previous video, I was talking about Project 24 because this is really the program that I'm following to build up my sites, and it's working. And he kind of laser focused into a comment that I made, and this is what I said. So I'm going to be selling you on Project 24 and why it's really changed my life. So now he said, oh, come on, Phil, really? Is that true? Has it really changed your life? Aren't you just saying that? Aren't you just trying to make sales? But it is the truth. Before I joined Project 24, I was making a whole host of mistakes, and none of the sites, of which I had many, were getting much organic traffic, if any at all. So when I joined Project 24 back in May 2019, things started to change. I went from this to this. And this is what I want to talk about now. I'm going to reveal all the sites that I used to have and show you exactly how much traffic I got for them, what I was trying to do, some of the mistakes I was making. So stick around for that, because if you recognize any of these mistakes that you're making too, there's a solution. So what I wanted to do today is really just to show you my entire history of trying to make money online. I've had lots and lots of different websites, but for the most part, I've given up on them too soon, and I really didn't know what I was doing, and I made a lot of mistakes. So let's start back when I really started making websites, which was around 2018. There were other sites I tried to make before that, but to be honest, I didn't really track them. I didn't know what I was doing at that time. So if we go back and look at the first attempt I made at a website which had some potential. So this website was called ninjaproofreader.com, and the concept was that it was a service niche, and what would happen was if people wanted their writing to be corrected or like advertising, anything like that, then they would send this in through the system that I built in the website, and then I would correct it, and it, basically it was a service. And I spent a lot of time building the site from scratch. So this was something that I kind of used as a project as I was learning to build websites. So in the time frame, which was around, so this is a website from sort of the end of 2017 to the beginning of 2018. It got 3,870 page views, but if we look at the total organic views for this, so the organic views for this were 2,837. Now this might seem quite promising, but the thing is, I was building this site myself and I hadn't sort of excluded my IP address from Google Analytics. So most of that is actually me going and checking everything I'd been doing, all the little changes. So when you're learning how to do things, like you're just playing around with basic things like CSS, you could be hitting your website, 100 times a day. So over a couple of months, this is pretty much just me. This website didn't make me any money. I built it all, and then there was an update that I tried to do and it just broke the site. I still do have this domain, but it's on the back burner. I never went back to it. I think it's still a good idea, but basically I wouldn't spend so much time wasting my time building the site. I would just get something kind of out of the box, a theme, and just go for it from there. So guys, you might have noticed perhaps the camera is looking a little bit better. I've actually got a new camera, which I can do a little show you. So I actually bought a Canon M50 EOS. I'm trying out for the first time here. Now, I'm not that tech savvy, so it kind of takes me a little bit of time to figure things out. So just give me any feedback on what you think of the new camera. Does it look better? Is there anything that I should be doing to change it? If you can do that, I'd really appreciate it, guys. So another site that I set up was called couchearner.com, and it was meant to be in the kind of make money online niche, and I was going to promote lots of affiliate links, and there were lots and lots of programs out there that you can do that for. And so this site I started around the beginning of 2018, and it got 233 page views in total. And basically all it was just a front page with a couple of links. I didn't write any content on this at all, and that's why it only got 10 organic page views. I did have a Facebook group for this, a Facebook page for this, but to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just thought you put a website up there and people find it. Little did I know the real way to get traffic. So another website that I had was called happierlivesmatter.com, and it was really an attempt to do everything, all niches in one. So there were sections that spoke about the finance, sections that spoke about health, and it was my first kind of attempt at writing articles. But in fact, all I did was I just spun other people's content. I actually think I actually copied people's websites word for word, copied and pasted it into just to have content. So this, over the period of sort of 2018 to 2019, it only got 278 views, of which only 30 of them were actually organic. And again, it didn't make me any money. I was slowly getting to the right track in terms of what content is, but of course it wasn't original, so it was never going to work in the eyes of Google. So another website that I had from sort of the end of say mid 2019, end of 2019, it was called freebusinesswebsite.com. The idea was basically if you bought hosting from Bluehost through my link, I would get the commission, and for that I would build you a free site. So the sites would be fairly basic, only a couple of pages, so the main page and an about page, and maybe I don't know, I was going to do a first post or something like that. But it was basically, it wasn't going to cost the person anything to get a website, and I was going to design it because I was an expert, of course, because I'd already made all these sites. And that again didn't really work because I didn't advertise it much. I used Facebook a little bit. I think I actually did a couple of Facebook ads for this. It didn't really get off the ground. So that got about 440 odd views, of which only one of them was an organic view. So it didn't work very well at all. No one ever bought anything from that site, didn't make any money. I thought the concept was sound, but perhaps it sounded too good to be true, so it was a bit spammy. So another website that I had was called the 3K Day. So this was basically in the make money online niche again. And the idea was that if you made $3,000 a day for a whole year, that makes you a millionaire, right? And if my maths is right. And it's basically me pretending that I was making that amount of money every day, and I was going to push them over to a course by a guy called John Crestani. And the thing is, I'd never ever bought that course. I'd never even seen inside. I didn't know anything about it, but I was basically going to say, oh, this will make you that kind of money. Now, I don't know anything about John Crestani really. His course, I think it's still up. It might be the best course in the world, possibly. I haven't seen it. Just for me, compared to what I do now, I do think his tactics are a little bit aggressive, I think, and I think he oversimplifies things a little bit. But, you know, watching his videos, they were very compelling, which made me think that I could make money from this. So that was something I started in sort of late 2018. It got 621 views. Again, this was something I promoted on Facebook, and I had a couple of ads, I think, for this one, but it ended up getting me banned from my personal Facebook account. Got banned from ads because of things like this, because they thought it was spammy. Obviously, the way I was doing it was a bit spammy. So it only got 621 page views overall, and only 2 organic views in total. So this, again, didn't really work because I wasn't being genuine, and also I wasn't producing any content at all. I was just trying to do ads. So this next website was my genius stroke, as I thought it was going to be. It was called ravishme.xyz because it was a very, very cheap domain. It was only cost me maybe $2. And the idea I had was that I'd read that Traffic Junkie, which is an ad network mainly for adult websites. They were doing very cheap deals, and actually when I signed up, if I paid $25 for my ads, they actually gave me $25 extra, and they did that twice for me, so I got $50 free ads basically. So the idea that I had for this one was to build a website that would sort of promote things for ED, so erectile dysfunction, and also promote things like dating sites, you know, these pickup artists kind of people you see on YouTube. They have a couple of decent affiliate, well, what I thought were decent affiliate deals, and this was all through things like ClickBank. And the idea was to put that up on these adult sites and to get people to click through to them. But the thing I forgot is people don't go to those sites to look at ads, and if they do, they're looking for ads for a particular thing. So I didn't get any money for that at all, and it was just, you know, a shot in the dark, and it didn't work. So I probably ended up paying a couple $100 on ads for nothing. Nothing ever worked. It did get 500 page views through to it, but that was all direct, and it only really got 4 organic page views. I don't know how that was possible, but it did. A bit of a failure. The concept was a bit flawed, didn't work. So around the beginning of 2019, I set up a site called magicweightlosstea.com. And I actually did a video about this, which you can check out here on this channel. And it talks a bit more about why it failed. But basically, the entire site was around this one affiliate product, which was this red detox tea that was quite popular on ClickBank. It may still be popular. I did actually make one sale from this site. So what I did was basically I used their free resources from the affiliate page, and I paid a lot for ads, and I paid a lot for email marketing, but buying leads from other people. And the ads, yeah, again, this was one of the reasons I got banned, because I was kind of doing it at the same time, I think, as the 3kday.com website. And yeah, anything to do with health and doing before and after pictures, really, really bad for Facebook ads. So that kind of got my personal account banned, and it did get 1,141 page views, but only 13 of those were organic. And like I said, I did make one sale, I think maybe 1 or 2 sales, which was, it was good in a way, because that kind of told me that this stuff does work. So it gave me a little bit of inspiration for affiliate marketing, because I'd never made any money from affiliate marketing before. But the thing is, it cost me much more money than I made, so it just wasn't sustainable. So this brings me to possibly my biggest success pre-Project 24. So this is a site which I'm really quite ashamed of because it made me feel like a real shady, sleazy person. So the niche was all about astrology. This is something that I learnt about from a previous job. So when I lived in France for 3 years, I worked for a startup company that ran about 3 websites to do with astrology. And they were just selling these generated astrology charts, like reports. And I kind of saw a gap. There was a gap in the market and something that they weren't doing that much, which I thought could make a lot of money. And so I started doing that. It's basically just answering people's questions. And I started doing this, and this website was entirely based on email marketing. Now, I'm ashamed of this because I don't believe in astrology. It's not something I believe in. I was pretending to be someone who didn't exist, and I was basically preying on people, vulnerable people. And yeah, I mean, I can see that now, although it's kind of something that I do debate because I was trying to help people. I never gave bad advice. It was practical advice, but it was wrong. I can see that now. But the thing is, it made me money, and it's really hard, that position I was in my life, not to turn down money. So this actually did get a bit of direct traffic, about 18,000 page views, but only about 610 of them were organic. Now, this site really, it brings home to me a change in my mentality. I went from thinking with these kind of sites that making money online is something sleazy, something that people do to trick people, it's wrong, to afterwards realizing that you can make money online and be a legitimate person to help people and to actually, you know, not feel bad about yourself. So I am ashamed of this site, but it's an important lesson that I had to learn. So let's talk about how things got a little bit better. So I've built 3 sites following the Project 24 method, and site 2, which is all about weddings, I started that back in October 2019. It's got 7,147 page views to date, of which 91% were organic. Site 3, which is my best performing site so far, it was also started exactly the same time, around the end of October 2019. It's got 47,000 page views, of which about 90% organic page views. And my first ever site, which I started back in May 2019, it's got 55,000 page views, and it's getting about 86%, which are organic. So you can see that that is a massive difference from having no traffic at all to getting over 55,000 page views. Now, what's the difference? Well, it's quite simple. I learned how to build traffic by writing content on things that people are actually looking for, and the main focus is trying to help them rather than just trying to get into their pockets. So there's quite a famous kind of competition that we have within Project 24, which is called the Content Warrior Challenge. So it happens twice a year, and within 1 month, what we try and do is write a minimum of 60,000 words. So that's really the target we're trying to hit, and many people actually go above and beyond it. So if you're already in Project 24, you know a lot about this. But what I wanted to try and do is help out the people that aren't in Project 24. So all we're going to do is together, we're just going to document how many words we're writing a day, and that will just give you so much motivation. So what I've done is I've actually created a simple Google form. So you can find that in the description below. So all you've got to do there is, if you just put in a username, a nickname, something that you want to use, your warrior name if you want to call it that, and an email address, all we're going to do is I'm going to put that onto a Google sheet, and then each day we're just going to put in how many words we're writing, and you can see yourself how well you're doing. Now, this will purely just be for motivational reasons, so please don't put a name that will reveal your niche or who you are. And also just remember that the email address is just to give you access to this Google Sheet. I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to try and contact you at all. I'm not going to share that with anyone else. So this is purely just so you can follow along, because I've done this twice already, and I just find that, you know, kind of seeing that everyone else is doing the same thing, it keeps you on track. So if you remember 60,000 words, okay, all you've really got to do is for 30 days, if you write 2,000 words, which is one decent response post, you can get to 60,000 words. Also, if you don't want to write any articles right now, if you're building a YouTube channel, what we say is each video counts for about 2,000 words. So if you film a video and you put it out, that will be the same as writing a 2,000 word article. The other thing is it doesn't have to be for one site. It can be across many different sites. And also, you don't even need to write it. If you're outsourcing the content, that still counts. The idea is just to get that amount of content onto your website so it can give you a boost as it grows over time. So if that's something you're interested in doing, check out the description. And as I said, this is purely just a kind of a community thing. I just want to get people involved. I want to get people motivated. So of course, the most important thing for this is, what are you going to write? What titles are you going to write? Well, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about the Google alphabet soup method to get auto-suggest queries from Google. And what I'm going to do in the next video is actually show you how to do that. So I'm going to give you a few insider tips to make sure that you're doing this properly. So all I want you guys to do is help me choose the topic. So what I've done is Project 24, they actually offer a list of over 300 different niches. And basically we're going to choose one of those. So all I want you to do is comment below with a number between 1 and 300. And then randomly I'm going to choose one of those people who comment, and I'm going to do a Google alphabet soup method video on that niche. So let's see what we come up with. So make sure you comment below between 0 and 300, any number you want, whichever number you like, and I will pick one at random. Might even get my wife to pick it, and we'll do that in our next video. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to see the same kind of success as I've seen, why not consider joining Project 24? There is another link in the description that will take you over to a webinar which explains exactly how the method works, and I can show you that it does actually work if you put the effort in, and you will start seeing results. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video for the Google alphabet soup method. Let's do it.